Hey everybody, I got my microwave installed and I need to get the vent part hooked up. Now this is a pain in the butt to do normally, but this is a tricky one to do. I got a 90 and come down. Some of these guys can actually put a square duct, so you need a 90 and go out, or this unit you can go straight out the back. But the problem is usually there's a stud. You can see I got 2 screws holding this cab in. So I got a stud right there. It's an exterior wall, a little bearing wall, so I can't go out the back. This is where my vent is. When I redid the kitchen, things got moved around a little bit. I don't want to mess with the siding on the outside, so I'm stuck with it. So it's got a square diffuser in the top. You want to make sure that you get that in place, easier to stop the air from coming back. And you need to be able to get from that with a 3 1/4 by 10-inch boot. Well, this is just a regular duct you'd buy at a big box store. And it's basically for a floor vent or a ceiling vent for a 3 1/4 by 10-inch. 4-inch will work as well. It's going to be a little bit bigger. They have some side boots. A straight up one usually works the best. If you're just going straight up to your duct, like a lot of them, if everything's lined up, you should be okay, and it should be pretty easy from here. This one I've already removed. There's a top piece that goes in because I don't have the clearance. And I'm going to be putting in this 90. And again, I've cut this off. I've had to notch it a little bit to get it to fit. So usually what I do is I'll go to a big box store and I'll buy a bunch of parts. It's like when you're doing plumbing, buy a bunch of parts, see what fits together. You're gonna have to customize some stuff to get it to work, but you wanna try and use rigid duct. Flexible duct causes too much turbulence. Trying to fit this all in can be a little bit tricky. I'm going to use a connector to open ends. You can just use it if you have some extra pipe. The 90 can go in. I've had to trim this back a little bit. The duct coming into the house from the end cap. You don't want to go too tight because you don't have anything to tape it to. I'm going to have trouble taping this one as it is, so if I cut it right tight to the wall, then I have a real hard time getting that sealed up. Let's see if I can get this in. To be perfect, we are going to tape this all up, so looks pretty good. Okay, now that the fun part's done, hopefully you didn't cut yourself too much. Probably wear gloves would be a better idea. You want to tape this up. You don't want to use duct tape. You want to use this metal tape made for ducts. And a little tip is peel it off the paper. Don't rip it off the paper. Leave the paper on there, because when you rip it off, it's kind of hard to separate it. I can turn it on and feel around and make sure I got it all sealed up. Seal it the best you can. You're not going to get it perfect. So I live in a cold climate, and my building code in this area requires that you insulate the pipe from the outside the first 4 or 5 feet. I can't remember exactly. I usually do 5 or 6. That thing will frost right up. So any little bit of help you can get in there. So this is pipe insulation. I usually slide this on and then put everything together. But obviously I could barely get that together without it. So what I do is just cut it open, wrap around the best I can, and then tape it back up. So that's about it. It's all insulated now. Everything's vented out. You can try the fan. Here's my little flapper open and close. Sometimes you have to clip the ears off there if it's not opening and closing properly. If you got any questions, leave them below. Make sure you hit the like button. And then if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out and gets you new videos. And we'll see you on the next one.